Charles Leclerc dreamed of racing for Ferrari. The red car, the tifosi, the legacy written into every heartbeat of Italian motorsport. But what no one told him is that sometimes dreams come true just to destroy you. He's the golden boy built for glory, trapped in a team that keeps breaking his heart. This isn't just a story about racing. It's about loyalty, loss, and the price of believing in something that always lets you down. Charles-Marc Hervé, Percival Leclerc, born on the 16th of October 1997, right inside the world's most famous racetrack. His childhood sounded like engines. The Monaco Grand Prix wasn't something he watched. It passed by his window every year. While other kids dreamed about attending it, Charles dreamed about winning it. His father, Hervé Leclerc, raced too, quick, determined, but broke. He had the skill, but motorsport doesn't just reward speed, it rewards money. Lack of one ruined the other, and Hervé's career ended before Formula One could even remember his name. So when Charles showed talent, Hervé made himself a promise. His son would not suffer the same fate. Everything he had, time, money, energy, went into that promise. Charles was driving at 4, at 7, racing competitively, at 8, winning. But dreams are expensive, and by 12, even that promise began to fade. Karting at the top level meant new engines every weekend, new mechanics, new travel, the kind of costs that could bury a family. And then, just like in every sport movie cliché, only this wasn't a movie, someone believed in him. Jules Bianchi. Jules was already a Ferrari Academy driver, one step away from Formula One. To Charles, he was an idol, but quickly became something closer to family. Mentor, friend, almost an older brother. When Jules heard the Leclercs were running out of money, he didn't hesitate. He introduced Charles to his own manager, Nicolas Tot, and made sure the boy had what every talent needs, a chance. It worked. Charles rose fast. National titles, European finals, world championships. His name began appearing next to another, Max Verstappen. Two prodigies colliding before they could even drive. The rivalry was already real. Two kids destined for Formula One greatness. By his late teens, Charles had moved beyond karts, Formula Renault, Formula 3, every step faster, smoother, hungrier. But success has a cruel balance. And for Charles, it always came with loss. In 2014, at the Japanese Grand Prix, Jules Bianchi's car lost control in wet conditions. The crash was brutal. Months later, he passed away. For Charles, everything stopped. His mentor, his compass, gone. But he didn't quit. He turned the grief into fuel. Every race from then on, Charles didn't just drive for himself, he drove for Jules. In 2016, he dominated Formula 3. Then came Formula 2, a proving ground where only the elite survive. And he wasn't just surviving, he was rewriting records. That same year, tragedy hit again. Hervé, his father, the man who sacrificed everything to get him here, passed away just days before Charles's next race. Most people would have withdrawn. He didn't. 4 days later, he won. And when he crossed the finish line, he looked to the sky. That moment wasn't victory. It was closure. From there, his rise was inevitable. He didn't need luck anymore. He had momentum. By the end of 2017, he was champion of Formula 2, one of the most dominant rookie seasons in decades, and Ferrari came calling. In 2018, it finally happened. Charles Leclerc, the boy from Monaco with nothing but talent and tragedy, was officially a Formula One driver. For Sauber, yes, but the world could already see where this story was going. And by 2019, he was there. The scarlet suit, the prancing horse, Ferrari. The kid who once watched the Monaco GP from his window was now racing under the flag of his childhood dream. But this isn't a fairy tale. Because at Ferrari, fairy tales don't end with happily ever after. They end with broken radios, bad strategy calls, and team orders no one understands. He was about to find that out the hard way. At first, everything felt like destiny fulfilled. The youngest Ferrari driver in nearly 50 years, 2 poles, 2 victories in Spa and Monza, both driven with the poise of a veteran and the hunger of a kid who still had something to prove. For a moment, the Tifosi believed again. Ferrari had found their savior, their new champion, and maybe Charles believed it too. Every race, every move, every perfectly measured lap, it felt like the start of another Schumacher era. But then, the cracks appeared. Behind the red gloss and the history, Ferrari was a storm pretending to be a system. Politics instead of progress, nostalgia instead of leadership. And in the middle of it all, one driver doing everything right, only for everything around him to go wrong. The boy who once fought destiny was about to face something far harder, Ferrari itself. The fairy tale was never meant to last. After the celebrations, the photography, and the Monza euphoria, Ferrari woke up to reality. And so did Charles Leclerc. Because being Ferrari's golden boy also meant inheriting Ferrari's chaos. One season, he was beating a 4-time world champion in equal machinery. The next, he was fighting the midfield in a car slower than last year's model. The team that promised glory delivered excuses instead. Strategy errors, reliability failures, pit calls that sounded like bad improv comedy. Some weekends, it felt like Charles wasn't racing his rivals. He was racing Ferrari's decision-making. Every time he pushed the car to its limits, the team seemed to pull him right back to earth. It started subtly, a questionable tyre choice here, a missed undercut there. Then came the radio classics. The Plan A, no Plan B, wait, actually Plan D era. Moments where Ferrari's tactical identity felt less like a Formula One team and more like an experimental art form. Meanwhile, Charles kept doing what he always did, driving beyond reason, dragging a stubborn car into positions it had no right to be in, outperforming teammates, outperforming logic, and still ending every race with that look, half disbelief, half restraint. There's a special kind of frustration that only exists in Formula One. It's when talent and machinery exist on different planets. It's running a perfect race, only for someone else's mistake, or someone else's engine, to decide the outcome. That's been Charles Leclerc's career in one sentence. Let's talk reliability. Spain 2022, engine failure while leading. Baku, another engine failure. Monaco, lost a home win because of pit call confusion so bad it could be used as a training example for what not to do. Silverstone, stayed out on dead tyres while everyone else got new ones. France, a rare driver error pushed to the edge by a team telling him to keep pushing harder until physics said no. By mid-season, even the fans were starting to ask, is Leclerc too good for Ferrari or too loyal to leave? Because that's the tragedy of it all. Charles isn't just talented, he's devoted. His loyalty isn't based on contracts, it's emotional. Ferrari isn't his employer, it's his religion. But somewhere along the line, faith turned into self-sacrifice. He kept believing that if he gave more, worked harder, drove cleaner, eventually Ferrari would match his level. They never did. Every season since has felt like déjà vu. Early optimism, mid-season chaos, late-season heartbreak. A cycle that's been repeating for years, disguised as development. And all the while, Leclerc's prime, the peak window every driver waits their entire life for, keeps ticking away like a stopwatch he can't reset. The irony? Ferrari keeps saying, the future is bright. But for how long can the future stay in the future before it becomes the past? Loyalty is admirable. But in Formula One, it doesn't guarantee success. It just guarantees suffering politely. Ask any fan. They all want to see him win. Not out of pity, but because everyone knows he deserves to. Every time he nails a qualifying lap, they see the champion he could be. Every time a strategy call ruins it, they see the champion he'll never get to be. Maybe one day, Ferrari figures it out. Maybe one day, Charles's patience finally pays back what it's owed. Or maybe, he's already part of Formula One's oldest story. The driver who had everything except the right team. A kid who once raced with ghosts is now haunted by something else. The idea that the dream he fought for might be the same one holding him back. Still, he drives, because that's what Charles Leclerc does. He drives through heartbreak, through failure, through fire. And somehow, we all keep watching, hoping that one day, fate finally gets tired of being cruel. Because if there's one thing we've learned about Charles Leclerc, he doesn't just deserve a world championship, he's earned it 100 times over. Maybe that's what keeps him going. Not the trophies, not the headlines, but the chance to finish what started all those years ago. Because every race, every lap, every heartbreak feels like part of the same story still being written. And maybe, just maybe, the final chapter hasn't been driven yet. If you enjoyed this video, like, subscribe, leave a comment and check out the next video from More Than Speed.